What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. So we did the Nightfall yesterday, but we've still got this countdown of exotic gear. We already did the Warlock exotic countdown the other day. Now we're going to go ahead and do the Titan. And if things go as planned, hopefully on Saturday we'll have the Hunter one up. So what we're going to do is, just like with the Warlock, we're going to basically rank all of the Titan exotic armor pieces from 18 down to 1. We're going to see what's the best and what is the worst piece of gear to use. And just like with our Warlock video, we've got a grading scale that we're going to use. So we're going to grade these items on PvE, PvP, and then a versatility score. The highest you can get in PvP or PvE is 5, and then for versatility, it's basically 1 to 3. If you can wear the item on one class and one class alone, you get 1 point. If you can wear it on 2 classes, you get 2 points. If you can wear it on all 3 of the classes and gain a benefit, you will get 3 points. So this is how we're going to go ahead and grade things, because I figure if you can wear an exotic item on more than one subclass, then it's going to be just a little bit more valuable in my personal opinion. Now that doesn't mean that that is going to be the end-all be-all, but it could help just a little bit. So again, we're going to go ahead and rank things from 18 down to 1, and of course 18 is the worst. And with the worst, we're going to go ahead and start off at number 18, and it's the Eternal Warrior. Who is surprised with this? First off, one of the worst looking helmets in the game. I guess maybe with the new Midas shader it might be okay, but it's terrible. It basically gives you 1 perk for free, Unstoppable, and that's it. It is not unstoppable, and we're going to move on to number 17. Next up, we've got the Mark 44 stand-asides. Now, shoulder charge has been nerfed, so maybe these things have a little bit more value, but not much at all. Basically, I use these as training wheels for shoulder charging. If you've never shoulder charged before, maybe put these on, maybe these will help you out just a little bit. At number 16, we've got the Glass House. Now, I am not a fan of this exotic at all. I feel like in PvE especially, you're always typically near the bubble. Same thing goes for PvP as well. I don't think you're really ever going to stray very far from the Glass House and the bubble to make it really worth your while. You're much better off putting on something else. Next up is Helm of Inmost Light. So you don't see this a lot, definitely not in PvE, but in PvP you might see this just a little bit. Not very often, but back in year 1 you would, because people can go ahead and get that Death from Above perk for free. And that is pretty interesting once you're used to using that Death from Above. At number 14, we've got the Empyrean Bellicose. I'm not a huge fan of this. In PvE, I don't think it really has much of a place at all. In PvP, you might get a sneaky sniper too, but be wary, because once you do that to somebody, people are going to start looking up in the air, and once they do that, you are a sitting duck. At number 13 is Immolation Fists, which is really funny because whenever we had our Sunbreaker and it first came out, these were pretty much the go-to piece of gear to get. But hammers got nerfed so much that these really don't make all that much of a difference. In fact, you barely see this at all. You basically get explosive power for free, which means you can have tracking and this, but it's not that great. Next up is the Crest of Alpha Lupi. So this is our revive piece of exotic gear. You revive your teammate faster. That's nice. You can generate some additional orbs. The ranking, or as far as the grading goes, is going to be the same on this for each class. They've got the same grades in PvP, PvE, and then versatility. Next up is Insurmountable Skullfort, and I really struggled going ahead and ranking this in the next item because they're near mirror images of each other. They do nearly the same thing. Insurmountable Skullfort gives you 2 melees, and you also respawn with melee energy. If only Titans had better melees. If only they had better melees like the Tickle Fingers, that would be amazing. And that goes hand in hand with the Thagomizers, because you also gain 2 melees with this. Why did I put this one over the Insurmountable Skullfort? I really don't know. I don't have a great reason for doing one over the other. Amplify is a really good perk on this, so that's always a solid thing to go ahead and have on your Titan. There's really no great reason. At number 9, we've got the ACDO feedback fences. I feel like in PvE, these have a little bit of fun potential to go ahead and use. If you get melee, then you can go ahead and crowd control enemies a little bit. In PvP, not so much. Not really so much. But in PvE, maybe a little bit of fun, especially with Thrall and Hive running around. At number 8 is the Peregrine Greaves. So these definitely have some potential in PvE and PvP. In PvP, these things shut down supers, but you also have to be a little bit good with them. So jumping around, hitting people out of their supers is really satisfying. In PvE, they can also work wonders with Brawler and Arcburn. Next up, we've got the Taikonaut. Look like an astronaut and gain tracking on all of your rockets. Also, you find extra heavy ammo bricks when you have this on, so it does have significant uses in the game. Extra heavy ammo is always a good thing, and if you like your rockets, you could go ahead and use this and have tracking on them. We've got at number 6 the new Dune Marchers. These things are all about speed. Running around quicker, sprinting quicker, moving quicker. That's typically a very beneficial thing for some people in PvP. In PvE, I don't really find them to be as useful, but they definitely can be useful. But PvP for sure. At number 5, we've got the Helm of Saint-14, definitely one of the best PvE Titan exotics that we've got, because people are typically playing on their Defender whenever they're in PvE, and this is crowd control. Crowd control, blinding enemies that come into the bubble. It is really satisfying, it works really well, definitely a must-have. At number 4 is Ruin Wings. So much like the Taikonaut, you'll also find extra heavy ammo when you have this on. But you'll also have surplus on that heavy ammo, so each brick is going to give you more and more and more, which is really nice, which means that you should never be lacking. In year 1, whenever I got my Gjallarhorn, I put that and these on my Titan. It was great. At number 3, we've got no backup plans. You might think these are only PvP related because that overshield is so strong in PvP with shotguns, but I've been running Nightfalls with full auto shotguns recently. Maybe I should start putting this on. Boy, it would be really tough to pick this over the Helm of Saint-14 though. Boy, it'd be tough. Next up, at number 2 is the Twilight Garrison. So even though this got nerfed and you can only dodge once in the air, we're seeing a resurgence of this in PvP for sure. And in PvE, you can use it to get around quicker and get up to some really interesting spots. So I do think, even though it's nerfed, that it is a deserving spot at number 2. At number 1, of course, the Armamentarium. And it's so simple. Gain 2 grenades, and that's it. But the problem is, Titans have really good grenades. Titans have good grenades on all of their classes, whether it's 2 suppression grenades, 2 lightning grenades, 2 fusion grenades, 2 incendiary grenades. Titans got great grenades, which is why this is so valuable. It's good in PvP, it's good in PvE. Oh yeah, it's got 2 blinding grenades as well. I got distracted by the lightning grenades. Yeah, Titans got grenades for days, which is what makes this thing so valuable. 2 grenades, nothing special, but just good everywhere, and every class can rock it out. So anyway, that is my personal ranking of all the Titan exotics. Again, it's my ranking list, so I know you're going to have a different one, and I'm definitely curious about what you like to put on your Titan the most. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Titan, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #DoubleBoom.